Hey everybody, John Anthony Chihak Soltero, sometimes called the Anti-Hero, sometimes called Jax. I've got a very special unboxing, and this is something that I've been looking for a while. Not this specific thing, but you'll get it when you see it. I searched kind of high and low for this and have been wanting this for such a long time. You guys know, or you may know, that I went to college 20 years ago. And ultimately my degree, which you can see right there, is in animation. I went because I wanted to be a comic book artist. And very early on, one of my instructors, Len DeSalvo, actually said, you want to do comics, do animation. Sorry, that's probably noisy. Because everything in pre-production is comics. He wasn't wrong. So anyways, a couple years later, I graduate with a bachelor's. I start, finding my own way with all my creation and stuff like that. Start to become, I wouldn't say a connoisseur, but a fan and somebody who like really breaks down and appreciates nuance and things in movies and stuff like that, specifically animation. And especially now that within the last year and a half, my decision to become a character and concept designer, and knowing that through all the work that I've done, I am good enough to do so. Really spurred me to want to try to get this. So I started searching last year, the year before, for this thing, and finally found what I was looking for. This is one of those things that I wanted, never thought I would get the opportunity to own because of cost, but here we are. Bought this on the eBay last weekend. This is so awesome. I'm not gonna cut it all the way out of the cardboard. If you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of Akira. Phenomenal anime, amazing manga. My top 5, both the movie and the manga. And wanting to own a piece of that history because I want to be a part of history. And now I have this pre-production drawing. I believe they call it I may butcher the pronunciation, but a duja. This is from a gallery company called Soul of Tokyo, and they have a ton of anime, sells pre-production sketches. Now, if you know cell animation, if you know 2D animation, and there's not a ton of 2D animation left anymore, this is the drawing that went underneath the cell that was then traced into position. So while the cell is what you saw in the film itself, this is, I wouldn't even say the rough artwork. This is a super tight pencil of the character K, one of the main characters, in the sewers below the government fortress that is housing all of the psychokinetic powered kids, including Tetsuo. And this is during the mission where they pretend to be like cable installers or electricians, and they're supposed to install new cables, and they basically fudge their way in, and then they break off to go and find Tetsuo. And all I can say is I am thrilled to have this piece, and you can tell, because it's not, you can tell I'm thrilled to have this piece, but if you did animation, especially, you know, if it was years ago, you got these, what they called like peg papers. So you had a peg that had the 3 pieces on it, and it was usually fastened to a light table, and you would put down your key animations, and then you would animate the in-betweens. And this has production, like, not production number, but the information on it that includes, I don't know if that's Japanese up in this corner, like if that's a note of some kind, or if it's just an X to like black this area out. But you've got K rummaging around in the sewers. I can't tell you what it means to have this, because somebody might say, well, yeah, but there were millions of those pieces that were produced. And you know what? They're not necessarily wrong. But there were millions of pieces produced for the movie, right? Tens of thousands, at least. But this is the only one of this piece. There's not another one of this. Now, a lot of people don't take much stock in COAs because, you know, anybody can print one out. But I did do research on this gallery, Soul of Tokyo, and they have been at work for years, collecting, buying, selling. And so this COA certifies that the accompanying animation artwork was created for use in the production of the motion picture Akira, as produced by TMS. The art is fully described as follows. S, number 11, I'm guessing that's scene. C, number 31. So I'm guessing that's scene 11, cell, or maybe it's sequence 11. I can't I can't tell you if it's scene 11 or if it's cell 31 or sequence 11. With animation, it's a little bit different than when you're doing, you know, the scripts and stuff like that. This is just an amazing, I feel, accomplishment for me, because this is one of those things that I will have up on my wall. I'm going to get this professionally framed so that it is protected, get myself a nice acrylic plate that it'll go under so there won't be any glass or shattering or anything like that. But yeah, this is my big present to myself and my motivator to myself for accomplishing quite a few goals in the last couple of years and not really knowing what to do for myself in that. And this came to fruition. So, I mean, Soul of Tokyo, thank you so much. I'm super excited to have this. Packed incredibly well as well. But just, this is like, short of having an original piece by Otomo Katsuhiro, this is the grail, right? This is the piece to have. This is a piece to have. This is one of one, and a piece of one of my favorite movies that's part of one of my favorite animes of all time, one of my favorite top 5 movies, top 5 comic books. If you haven't read Akira, read it. If you haven't watched Akira, watch it. But yeah, I'm so floored to have this, and I can't afford to get it framed right now, but it's gonna get a really, really nice custom frame. And I have a movie ticket from when Akira played at the Loft here in Tucson back in 2019, which was awesome seeing it in 2019 because the movie takes place in 2019 and it's just a nerd thing. And maybe do something where you have the cell or the duja and the ticket next to it with like a nice black background and mat around it. But I got time to figure that out. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me for a very, very special mail call. I hope you enjoyed it because of how much this means to me and how excited I am about just the future for myself with being able to move forward and work on being a designer and an animator and working towards what my long-term goals have been, and I've just never had faith in myself. So you guys take care. If you're going to be in Phoenix on Saturday the 9th, stop by ASCAF, Arizona Comic and Arts Festival, because I will be there along with my buddy Alex Ild. They'll be at table 45. I'll be at table 44. JoJo Seams will be at table 46. Latique Curry will be at table, I believe, 77. And there's going to be a number of people, really, really big name comic book names there as well. But you're going to be able to get a lot of really amazing art, comics, probably some collectibles, but it's a comics and art festival. So it is very much about artists specifically, which I like. And I'm hoping that this is a really, really good show and we have a great turnout. I'll see you next time.